there's a lot of similarities between like baddies and America's Next Top Model, and I really do see a lot of the similarities and the critics, like, you know what I mean, the criticism behind both. So does the problem still remain? Like, is it an industry problem or is it just a show problem? I mean, do you watch baddies?
What? Oh, sorry.
Okay, so no.
Absolutely not. I just had to like.
This the kind of beat to go. This the kind of beat to go. This the kind of beat to go. Rock, top, top.
Blah, blah, blah. Welcome back to another episode of the Petty Headquarters. I'm your host, Tiana Locke, and this is
Jessie Strange.
And we are back at it again with another episode, y'all.
Yes, sir.
And of course, we are going to be doing something very different today.
Oh my God, yes.
Okay,
yes.
so as you can see, we have a special guest by the name of Nicholas Lindsey, y'all.
Ooh.
Yes, I'm so excited.
Yes, and he also has his own podcast, y'all.
That is so true. That is true. Yes.
Yes.
Oh my God, Culturally Incompetent.
Yes.
Yes, it is. Yes.
So tell the people who you are and what you're about, Nicholas.
Yeah, absolutely. So I am a podcaster, but I'm also a culture and tech journalist over at University of Southern California. So with like the sports and technology that's happening over in LA, we're like the full force of it all, right? And so basically I handle like all like the journalistic stories, everything like that. And I also have my podcast as well, Culturally Incompetent. Worked at Facebook. Well, it's called Meta now, child. You know, they try to run away from. They try to run away, from getting lawsuits. But yeah, so basically, like Meta, also Accenture, quite a few other tech places. And so like now I'm here. Also lived in New York. I was used to do fashion design. I showed at New York Fashion Week back in the day.
Actually, I'm finding
Fashion
out
Week.
something new.
Yes, I was in New York. I was one of the youngest designers to ever show at New York Fashion Week.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I did that and also did Los Angeles and big things. Yeah.
That's why he want to live out here again.
Right.
It was easy. That's why I said I could take the Long Island Railroad. I'd be like rolling right in a minute. Like, it's not a problem.
Oh my goodness,
Yes.
that's pretty dope. So I love that you're here because first of all, you're like the first guest ever to be in the studio at the
Period.
PHQ.
Period. Yes.
Period.
Yes.
Yes. Oh my goodness, I have a question.
Yeah, what's up?
What was some of like the biggest like brands, like fashion brands that you worked with when you were out here?
When I did my own brand when I was like over here.
Oh,
and so that's
okay,
what
okay,
I did.
okay,
yeah.
okay.
But a lot of brands that I was like in the face of was like Chloe, also Celine,
Okay.
Dior. I was
Okay.
around a lot. Oh goodness gracious, quite like a few.
So funny that you mentioned that you at Fashion Week, because I was just telling a coworker of mine, I'm like, listen, I cannot stand going to the city and not looking cute during Fashion Week.
No,
because
yeah, you gotta be
everybody is looking the fuck good.
Yo.
Because you want to get photographed at Fashion Week, right?
Yes.
And so like you have to be like right on time every time you're like over here. But also you really have to like understand like what the public is going, like how that whole idea is. And so you know how to dress accordingly to like make this like, complete the assignment. Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So it's really cool.
And the best part about Fashion Week is that because there's always such exotic outfits, I love it because I also get inspiration. Like, I'm like, oh, I didn't think about this or I didn't think about that. That's fire. Yeah.
That is so true. It's so true. And it depends on like also like all around like the whole world. Like what are you wearing for like for Paris, right? Paris is very like chic and beautiful. And like London is a little bit more artistic and out there.
That's true.
So, yeah.
And then they all come together to one city for a week, and then you get to see all types of
that part.
inspo.
Yeah.
Right.
Or you can look, trashy, eccentric, and
Yo, right.
Like you
the
could
homeless
do,
vibe.
I know you could do as many different kinds of like things that you kind of want to make it cute.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
yes.
for sure.
Oh my gosh, I love that. I love that we're learning so much more about you as you get here.
Yes, I am Nicholas and 9X, girl.
But so we wanted to have this conversation with you. So basically, our whole topic that we're going to discuss today is going to be the America's Next Top Model documentary, right?
God damn it, yeah.
Right. The internet's been talking about it. Everybody's been talking about it. And we are finally like, you know what? Let's talk about it because that's an old school reality TV throwback.
Child, yes.
Yeah.
Like hardcore.
Right. So I'm so happy that you're here to join us in this conversation because let's just, okay, America's Next Top Model, right?
Right.
What was this show? So this was a show where Tyra Banks, who was also a supermodel at the time, she brought on girls to say that I want to change their lives. And it didn't matter how they looked. It was a whole thing about just like, you know, creating a reality show mixed with real world, but also showcasing how the modeling world can actually be, right?
Right.
So that was essentially the foundation of the show for the people that don't know and never watched it growing up, okay?
True. Yeah.
So that's that. And, you know, back then that show was a hit.
Right.
It was a hit.
It was something
Right?
else. Yeah.
It was it was definitely
It was
something
something
else. But of course, as we come to today, we realize no, it was pretty fucked up.
It was fucked up.
It was fucked up.
But that also was 2002, 2003
Right.
too.
Okay,
Right.
so that's
And how
the
fucked up
interesting
crazy
part
part.
about it because a lot of people will like, or even in the documentary, which we haven't even gotten into it yet, but like that's the thing, right? They're like, oh, that was so 2002, 2010 back in the day, and it's like interesting that conversation take away the accountability part?
Absolutely the fuck not.
Yeah, I
No.
agree. Yeah,
No.
it doesn't. No.
But
it
yeah,
doesn't.
but also we have to remember that like 2002, 2003 was the start of like a lot of like trash. It was like trash reality television.
Yeah, for sure.
And
for
also,
sure.
it was like the beginning of like what reality television is today.
Right,
Like back in the
right,
90s,
right.
there was like Real World and
Yes,
like,
yes,
you know, and
yes,
early
yes.
Making a Band. But
Yes.
just like a lot of those shows that was like done through like MTV,
Mhm,
and it showed you like the inside life of things.
mhm,
Things
mhm.
didn't really get real like sticky and popping though
Yeah.
until like that early 2000s that we just saw everything
Right.
explode.
Flavor
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
Love.
Exact-
I Love New York.
Yes,
all
yes,
that,
Rock of Love,
man.
all
Rock
those
of
shows.
Love,
Rock of-
oh
yes.
my
Ooh.
God,
Oh my
stop.
God, that show was out of control. That was out of control.
It was.
Yes,
It
that was the
really
fun
was.
stuff though.
It was.
It was
and that's
fun.
the thing. It's so funny because they said too in the documentary that like reality TV had a stigma back then and it doesn't have a stigma anymore, which I disagree. I think it still has a stigma.
Yeah, it still happens.
Right, for
Yeah,
sure, for
Yeah,
sure.
I think we're in a situation like right now, especially in our culture, that everything is being seen, right? And so
too much.
way too much. It's like it's a
bring
lot
back
of,
shame, please.
hello, we
Right.
need something.
Right.
We need something fucking going
Right.
on, like 100%. But that's like the thing is that now people are just acting up just to be acting up,
Just for clout.
And that's it. Yeah, for clout. Just see if they be able to have a hit on YouTube
Yes,
or Instagram
yes,
or TikTok.
yes.
But like back then, it was so much more
Authentic.
and like
Yes.
you know, people just like, wow, I can't believe these actually doing these
Right,
things. on
right,
television.
right, exactly.
But I think like since like Kim K and also like Tiffany Pollard and all of them actually like created like this like nuisance, like, hey, you actually can make it big by being, you know, trashy and classy and fabulous.
Yeah.
Then you know,
Everybody's like, let
anybody
me
can
do it. Right.
Oh, it's funny that you say that because that was actually so we were coming up with topics I want to talk about today.
Yeah.
And that was a part of the that was a topic was like, did Kim Kardashian create or pioneer I guess like content creators because they had no talent really other than marketing. They market themselves and you know, that's what ended up becoming and like you just mentioned, like they look at Kim K, who literally was just a reality TV star and a little bit, you know, how she got her star. We already know. But
yeah,
still, right? She made it and she lives this lavish life now.
Right. That part.
But what's like taking it back to like the documentary though. So they also showed that a lot of these girls that went on there, they were traumatized, right? Especially like
extremely.
they put their traumas on display for photo shoots and for challenges and things like that. But then after we found out that most of them went on to not have careers.
None.
You know, I
Yeah.
think the only one I know that, what's her name? Ava?
Yeah.
Ava, right?
Eva, yeah.
Ava,
so
right?
like Eva Marcel. So yeah, but she is also like an actress, and
That's right.
she like went to actress and also reality TV again,
Right.
right?
So
with
she
Housewives.
didn't even do modeling.
Yeah.
Right.
So Winnie Harlow is like the
only
and
one,
Whitney
really,
Thompson are the
right.
only two that actually
Winnie
did something
Harlow.
big.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
And so finding that out, because I never knew what happened after that. I was also like really young watching the show too. So I remember watching it and was like so hyped. But some of the challenges were crazy though.
They were inappropriate.
They were very, bro. They showed the one where like the shooting one, the killing one was crazy.
Oh, that was it.
I was like, did a man pioneer this? Because it was giving that.
What was
giving
it?
that.
I mean,
So basically, like the models had to pretend like they were murdered in a shoot.
oh,
And so one of the girls, her mother had died by getting shot, and she had to pose like she got her head shot against
Shot
the
her
wall.
head.
It was like a whole thing, right? And they just their show basically became mixing outlandish things with the photo shoots as challenges, just to see how far the girls could go. How bad do you really want this? Kind of, it's, you know, similar like Making the Band, like how Diddy would just do crazy, have them do shit just to do shit.
All day long.
Right. Just to see, like, do you really want this? Well, this is what it is. This is how the industry is. This is how the agency is. And, you know, Tyra was ruthless. Janice was ruthless, right? You know, and it's crazy because she wasn't present in the documentary. She refused.
And you know what? She should have been on that documentary.
She should have.
Because I would love to hear what her side had been. Because she was like kind of. Do you remember the Janice Dickinson modeling agency?
No, I don't remember that TV show. Yes, please put us on. Put us on.
Okay, so this happened like as soon as she got kicked off from America's Next Top Model.
Yes.
So she did her own show. I think it was on MTV or VH1. I wasn't totally sure.
How long did that run for?
I think like 2 seasons because I was addicted as hell watching this show. It was so good because she'd be ripping it through all those models. It was insane.
Yeah,
it was insane. And she had her modeling agency in some shopping mall.
I don't even remember that shit.
Yes.
That's
it was.
crazy.
Y'all had folks have to look it up.
Yeah,
listeners, you have to
up.
watch this show because she
up.
was like, you just see her like in the morning, plastic surgery falling off, like she's generating her face. Oh, it's good. It's good. Trying to figure out how to pay the bills.
What?
Oh, it's really really good.
Oh my goodness.
I love it, and I love me some Janice Dickinson. But it is something else, though, I have to say.
You know what's crazy? She came out and she spoke on Tyra and basically was like saying, oh, yeah, she was so brutal. She was so this. And I'm just like, why weren't you at the documentary, babe?
Right. That
like,
part. She should have been on there.
Right. Like, speak your piece. But now, like, you refuse to go and then you're talking shit, like, about Tyra. But I feel like it's like what is it? The pot calling the kettle black or whatever?
Yeah. She might probably not refreshed yet.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I really
Probably.
don't like that.
Yeah.
I really don't like that. But, you know, overall, what I took from the documentary was that this is my stance. So let me know what you think.
Okay.
Tyra was definitely fucked up. There's no excusing that. But I feel like because she's the face, it's very easy to just blame her when clearly there were more people hands-on in on this, especially the challenges, especially as you saw throughout the documentary. She seemed like she wasn't having as much control anymore, just like with Miss J, just like with, who's the other one? Jay.
Oh,
he's
yeah,
the other
the Jays.
The Jays.
Mr. J and Miss J, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, J
Right.
Manuel.
J Manuel,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
The Jays. It seems like she became the face, but in terms of control over like what took place, it seemed like she was losing that control the deeper they got into the seasons, right?
Yeah, I think the other part though, that I was like really thinking about it is that I think the show ran away from her from what she originally wanted.
Right.
And I think due to the hard knocks that she had to deal with to getting that show even like greenlit.
Right.
She had to go over to UPN for God's sake.
Right.
And UPN was about to like belly up.
Yes.
It's about to belly up, exactly.
Yeah. And so they're like, this is gonna be a sink or swim kind of situation.
Right.
And so once they saw that, that's when Viacom basically got in and they're like, okay, this is becoming popular. We haven't done this before. Let's go ahead and do it.
Right.
But I kind of like feel like on her side though is that those executives wanted to have more of this. They wanted they needed something to keep that advertising money.
The
coming
shock
in,
value.
Yeah, and the shock value
Yeah.
and stuff like that. And so in order to do that, that's going to affect her and runs away from what she originally wanted.
Right. What I noticed too about like watching the documentary is that there seems to be also an emphasis on the relationship between Tyra, between J. Manuel and Miss J. We find out that she never visited Miss J when he got sick, suffered from a stroke and everything. So that was mind blowing to me.
Mm-hmm.
And to see also like how like J. Manuel and Tyra's relationship, how he opened up about that and was like how he wanted to leave the show. Like, in the middle of the season, he wanted to leave, but then things got weird. Then he tried to tell her, then she ghosted him, didn't communicate with him. Then their relationship was just not a thing. She also didn't want to talk about it in the documentary, which I was like, okay, this is some shady shit. Like, what really went down? And what's the point of you doing this if you didn't want to talk about it? Whatever. All these years, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to figure out, like, who is Tyra and like why was she really having all of these? It's giving she was a bitch, right? But I feel like it's so easy to push that narrative. Like, what are your thoughts on that in terms of like the relationship between her, Miss J, J. Manuel, and things like that?
I think they were a tight knit group.
Yeah,
I think
like
they were very
best
tight,
friends.
best friends, tight knit group. Like Miss J knew Tyra since she was 16 years
crazy.
old. Like, and so like seeing that and like basically knowing that like this is your unit and your unit is going to take you far, I could definitely see like from like her side that she's like, I really want this to continue, right? And just be like, good. I really do feel though I think it's the behavior of why she did not contact him,
Right.
and stuff. I really feel that was based off of lawyers.
Really?
Oh, 100%.
Wow. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, I think that's why she still doesn't want to talk to him. Because the thing is that when you're in the type of business like that, everybody's bound by contracts all day long. Even when you're like, I don't want to be on a show, I want to stay on a show or whatever. So when you start severing ties and it's not at the end of your contract, lawyers literally tell you, it's like, you got to shut the hell up. They will tell you that.
Yeah,
they're like, anything that's
really?
not like, go through agreements or anything like that, anything that you'll say will be held against you.
Mm-hmm.
And so like, whatever you do, lock it down and that's about it.
Right.
I think what the problem is that since also like, J. Manuel is like, he was in a point that he'd be able to have his own makeup line. And like all these other things though, too. And so when that part goes in, that also goes as a business situation. Would Tyra like to invest in that, or like it's like he's connected with it. What else is going to be happening that's going to like trigger that as well when they do their exit? And so I just like see like from her, she was like, I have to shut the fuck up because I really want to talk, but whatever I say, I can't do it.
But then she just stopped talking to him completely, even as a friend.
And I think that's bullshit thing to do.
Right.
I think that's
where I'm
like
like,
yeah, and that's like really inappropriate to do that.
I guess like, so it's interesting because coming from a perspective of someone that never really grew attached to the show because I never watched it.
Right.
So when I did my research, it was a little bit less connected to these people. And I feel like that so when I'm looking at Tyra, I'm looking at her from an unbiased perspective where I look at this girl, she was 16 or a little younger. She tried to get into modeling. You go through all these stages of trying to break barriers because at the time, the representation was skinny white girl, blonde, blue eyes, no body, just skinny and like, anorexic vibes, right? So you see, and then, she's breaking barriers because essentially there was a lot of that she did. And I give her credit for that, right? She fought. And so when you have that fighter mentality, right, you have that perspective of having to do all that to get to the point where you are now. I feel like that creates a disconnected version of yourself where it's all about business and it's all about survival and not necessarily about meaningful being a good friend, you know, having people's best intentions. And even in the show, you see that, right? Because you see, well, if I had to go through it type energy, you're going to have to go through the suffering too. It's kind of like repeating trauma.
Right.
And so I'm not taking any accountability, because even in the documentary, she doesn't take accountability.
No.
She doesn't take nothing. And that's because she's trying to get her Smiles cream together. Like over in Australia. You know?
Exactly.
She don't want to get fucked up from that.
Exactly.
So,
and I just feel like everything that she's doing, even in the documentary, it's like PR. It's almost like
100%.
Yeah.
She talked 5% of that interview. That's it.
She basically said, well, that was the thing back then. That's literally
That's
all
she said. She was like diverting every single question.
If it was this, she's like, well, I didn't know. If it was this, it was like, oh, I didn't have control of that. Or it was always, you know, not her fault.
But the other part is that even with all 3 parts of this series, she was just like, she was literally, you're right. She was in PR land the whole time. You saw no
emotion,
authenticity about her, period. She was on business. Let's just do it. Let's go. Let me wear my Carmen Sandiego outfit. And she was just like, let's just go ahead and like make it happen in that direction.
Exactly. And that's where I feel like, it's coming from in a sense, like why she didn't reach out. I just don't feel like they were genuine. Like I know you say they were because you saw the show
in the beginning, maybe.
But
that's why in the beginning they were.
They all make you feel like that because it's industry friends, right? Like that's how it is. They make you feel like that because they want you to be part of this. And maybe at the time, maybe it felt like that. But in all reality, even her hopping onto this documentary, it was all to save face. She's a businesswoman first and a human after that. I don't even think there's human.
You know what? What you just said that a second ago, it also like just now making me think real quick is that all of them agreed to be on this documentary together.
Right.
And so this is all a business deal for them to be on this, regardless if they liked each other or not.
Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. It's all like motivated by money, because even like America's Next Top Model, UPN, they were going belly up. So what did they result to? They result to catering to females and women, but then also predominantly black community. Like it was a huge black community, and guess what? They're loyal. They're a loyal fan base.
That's so true.
And so when, you know, look at Zeus Network, another one, look at Tubi, where they're steering, right? Like if you pay attention, it's kind of fucked up when you think about it, but a lot of these businesses, you know, they'll resort to last minute, you know, a lot cater to black communities because there is a market there, because it's the scarcity the scarcity business model where you don't have a lot of that representation. So here you go. And then it's kind of fucked up when you think about it. So even like how it got so raunchy and so out of pocket was because of shock factor and because of money. And even when they're like, oh, that's the time back in the day, but you stood there knowing things were wrong, not because of the time, but because of the money.
Right.
And we also know that there's like Shark Week, there's points and all this other stuff. And they're telling these folks, like within the creative development team as well, telling them, hey, you got to make this shit really extra poppin' in order to go ahead and grab it. Because like in that time, they were going against, let's see, the Real World, Newlyweds, the TV show that was happening at that time. American Idol was going down at that time.
Yeah, it was all majority, right?
Yeah,
exactly.
and so instead of putting those like things in buckets, Ray J, I want to show too.
That,
so like between all that stuff,
Yes.
between all of those shows at that moment, they weren't all happening within like reality non-scripted, reality scripted, right? They're all put into like one single bucket. So yeah, you're right. It's like crabs coming out of the bucket and then the handle.
Exactly. And then also think about it. They had cycles, not seasons, right?
Right.
So you were seeing 2 seasons basically in 1 year rather than a traditional 1 season a year type of model. So now when you think about how fast paced and I hate to bring it to Zeus because that's just me. Because that's just like, this is how I can relate it though, because I noticed there was a lot of similarities in there. Yeah. Because Zeus is also fast paced and they do 2 seasons and two cycles in 1 year type of filming. Yep. So it's just like, I bring up the conversation of Why is it a problem for Tyra to be this controversial, and it's fucked up, and I'm not taking away from that. I'm not taking away from how there were so many fucked up situations that happened there. But you see in modern day today, Zeus Network succeeding in that same model base. It's the same thing. It's controversial. It's fast paced. They break so many barriers and they shine light into a market that hasn't been shined on before.
But also, we have to take into account, though, is that type of media, like, permeate into our markets as Black and brown people.
Right.
And so everybody that's not Black and brown sees us like that. Like, that's their immediately thought process on that, right? And so also it creates like another like POC culture, like another subculture within ours, right?
For sure.
And so when you're seeing shows like that, like Jocelyn.
Yeah, Jocelyn.
Yeah, you know, Cabaret, you know, and like all those shows. What's her name, girl? Rob's ex. What's her name?
Oh, Black China.
Black China's mom when she had her show.
She was on Zeus.
Yes, like when they were having like those shows.
Yes.
Those shows are created for escapism, right?
Right.
But also other people see that as like, that's that person's reality.
Right.
But really it's not really that reality.
Right. But is it all bad? Because I feel like Tyra also put, like, great example was the guy who the investor or the guy who made
Producer
the show.
shows, Ken. Yeah.
Yes.
He was shocked because he was expecting the for her to pick a female to teach like the catwalk, right?
Right.
And she ended up choosing Miss J, who is like a representation that you don't see on camera.
That's so true.
And like she brought a lot of that type of people that aren't normally represented on camera onto the camera and onto the scene. And I feel like it's essentially the same thing because back in the day you didn't have that.
Right.
So and I just feel like going back to, well, we'll just stick with this, right? But like, I don't know. I feel like I don't understand why Tyra got as much. The only thing criticism I can say for her is that, you know, these girls went on and did all that, the whole teeth thing.
Yeah, the teeth was crazy.
That was so crazy.
The teeth thing and
oh.
not getting opportunities is messed up because at least, let's be honest, I'm bringing it back to Zeus for a second. You go on Zeus, you get opportunities when it comes to bookings and that whole field.
Because that's your platform.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
But here, to find out that, I think that's where it's more fucked up.
That's like,
right. And they'll be like, well, these are free services. They got to have it done anyway. You know, that's exactly what they think, right? When they're doing that stuff.
Yeah.
But like also they have to like take account. We'll move on the side for a second real fast. Remember, okay, season 2, RuPaul's Drag Race, right? You remember when Shangela came in? Oh, okay. So like when Shangela came in, she already knew that she wasn't going to win that second season, right? But what she did is that she told everybody, she's like, I'm going to be on this new show right here. Let's go ahead and get the booking. She went over there and she created like her own model on how to basically be on top,
right?
You know,
marketing,
before the show, she marketed herself to like another level, and
Right.
so that's how she got so popular outside the show because she did that. Then when she did the show, she left in the first try, right? In that first season,
Yeah, she did.
yeah, but she still got the bookings.
Yeah.
That's what she did. So when season 3 happened, that's what happened. The thing is that was what 2010. So
Ahead of her
now it was
time.
ahead of her time, and she tried that, right? These models did not know how to do that at all. Because a lot of those models, and especially during that period of time, they're just like, I'm on the show. I'll be able to go ahead and go to a lead or forward or something like that.
Yes.
Let's see what I do. And I'm just going to go ahead and drop and just make it happen on that direction. But it doesn't work like that in the world only in fashion. That might work somewhere in the clubs, or something like that. And you know that too, booking fees and stuff. That might happen work in a club. That might talk shows probably wouldn't do it, but you had to create your own program. This show did not teach those people, the contestants, how to create their own program.
No.
She went right back to Walgreens. You know, like there's like all those things that are happening, which does not prepare you to do that.
Right, but that's what pissed me off the most because I'm just like, you're promising all these things. You're promising the contract, the agency, and like. Agencies didn't even want them because they were like reality TV. We don't want a reality TV.
I know, but the other part is that she fulfilled the obligation, right? She said she fulfilled the contract. You will get a contract to lead management. He didn't sit there and say
what kind
but
of
all
contract?
the kind of contract. You won't be on all the shows and all that other stuff.
That's crazy.
That's the part. The part that I feel that like for her, I think she's great in her business game as it comes to television.
Right.
I can't talk about model land and all that stuff.
Yeah,
but and the ice cream. But like for the show, she was a great businesswoman on that. I think she was a poor communicator.
For sure.
For like the rest. And that's something that, yes, I said it, Tyra. Like those are the things that you have to like really work on. So sorry. Okay. But the thing is that, yeah, she's such a bad communicator. Not everybody will be able to go ahead and read between the lines on this. They just can't.
Right. And that's the thing that annoyed me the most too about her. You can tell, you can see the bad communication because how do you not take any type of accountability and you're so like, well, I didn't know, I didn't this, I didn't that, right? But you were a master editor.
You're a master editor and you're also the CEO of your brand.
That too, right.
And being a CEO of a brand, you have to know every single thing that is going on around Circle. If there's something that you don't know, you want to know why this wasn't been like brought to my attention. And you want to like figure out, you're going to start sleuthing like during that period of time.
Right.
Like for her to do what she did, and I'm talking on both of her business lines. So that's the Tyra show and also America's Top Model.
Right.
She was really poor at that game.
I will say though, she was, for the time that it was ahead of her time. I mean, the show was a great idea.
The show was amazing.
Right.
It was like,
even though it was some messed up moments, but
right, yeah,
it was a little entertaining.
And that's the part though, is that she helped create a platform that will help the girls.
Right,
and the thing is that the business side wasn't there to help the girls.
Right.
Which is a problem.
Right.
Because she could literally create an ecosystem of stunning girls.
Yes.
And she could have had her own modeling agency.
Bro,
that's the other part. She had all those girls. I'm like, why you gotta take them over to Elite? You can have your own Tyra. She could have called it TB.
Could have made it
something like that. Yes. Right. And she could have had all those girls go right with Valentino. She would be over there and have a train. See, look, we're creating business models for her already that she should have done that.
She should have done that. And I wonder if there's something that we don't know where maybe she thought of it and something happened why she couldn't. Like, I don't know. It seemed like she was getting controlled towards the closer season. But do you think we're going to get a new season of America's Next Top Model?
Not in America.
He said in Australia.
She's doing what's it? Germany is having with Heidi Klum.
I don't know.
Yeah, there's a lot of them that are still out there right now globally. So she created a franchise, like RuPaul created a global franchise. Things are still going because, like, not in America. It's not in America.
Yeah,
but she could do America's Next Top Model on Tubi and make it pop in.
Yeah,
she really can. She can, like, the TV modeling agency. That's what we're calling it, TV modeling agency. Yeah, she could literally eat.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. She should have done that, but the thing is, at the end, she was like, stay tuned for cycle 25, 26. I was like, are you hinting that there's going to be a new season?
She sure did do that.
She did.
She did. What I'm saying. But where's the production?
Right, but is that why we got this documentary?
Oh, God.
Is this PR for the new season?
I think it's like the PR for the new season for our ice cream line.
Not
something that's actually happening line.
She's trying to keep that
No, you're laughing.
She's doing that damn Smiles ice cream, her little cinnamon swirls and stuff.
Yes.
Oh my God.
So that Shandy situation that happened. I just, first of all, let me just run through what happened. Okay. Right?
Yes. For those of you that don't
know. For those that don't know, there was a scene on America's Next Top Model, right? Where Shandy, she's one of the models, and they bring back these, what are they, Italian men?
They
were, like,
brought back
Italian
all
men,
four.
all four Italian men. They were doing a photo shoot, but then there was like a little party, right?
Right.
They had a little like happy hour party. There was the jacuzzi. All the girls were in the jacuzzi with the guys, and the guys were just like doing a little too much. Shandy got drunk.
Yeah.
But it seemed like she was at some point not really aware. Like she was just too, and then she, I guess, hooks up. That's what they like to call it, right? With this guy. But eventually it looks like he takes advantage of her. And they record the whole thing. And everyone's just creating this narrative like you cheat on your boyfriend. You cheat on your boyfriend. You cheat on your boyfriend. And she's just going to as you can see it, she's internalizing it. And she's just like, oh my God, I did. She doesn't even remember.
Right.
So that really fucked me up watching that. I was like, that was so
You watched
bad.
it in real time, or did you like?
I remember watching it in real time in bits and pieces, but not the part where like she was in the bed and all that stuff, but just like the part where she was in the hot tub and the part where she was crying on the phone.
Right, that's right.
With her boyfriend. And they recorded everything.
Yeah, because we didn't see like the shower files
right,
and stuff happening, right? Like we didn't see all that until the actual documentary.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So when they showed that, I was actually very shocked because I don't remember seeing all that. And to me, she just seeing her break down like that while on the phone with her boyfriend and him just going off on her, it broke my heart because I'm like, this is the shit that pisses me off. Like she was taken advantage of on fucking TV, right? And the first thing you say is you're a slut, you're a whore, you're this. Like, I don't know.
Slut shaming.
Yes.
They did.
Yes.
They tore her up.
They tore her up. And even Tyra constantly bringing it up, wanting to obviously use it for storyline, right? And it even got to the point where the camera people that were recording her apologized. Like, I'm sorry, we're just doing our job like behind the scenes because she was just broken at that moment when they had to record everything.
I see there was just so many issues with that. Like even to like right now, like even like Tyra's like,
I know.
And I was like, you remember that.
She's acting.
I'm like, you are literally a master editor while watching this stuff go down.
That was the earlier seasons too.
Yes. And she turned around and like the next stage, she had a full part of the episode where she was having conversations with her about what she did. She alluded to the situation.
Made her call her husband saying that you cheated on him. And it's like, how you damn well you didn't forget that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I like this. When I watched that, I got so angry while watching it.
Yes.
Because there's a thing between being like a journalist and you're just like, okay, I'm here for the story.
Yeah.
I can't be involved in the story of what's actually happening in a time. So I have to like get away from that. But there's also human nature and understanding that this person's in danger.
Yeah.
And this person is out to the count. They're completely drunk and they're gone. And you're letting someone take advantage of this person.
Like everyone was present. That. No one stopped it.
They should have stopped it immediately.
Yes. Like no one's like, hey, you're getting a little too, like let's go here. Like nobody. Like nobody.
I'll be cussing that motherfucker out
yes.
real quick. I'll be like, we get out. Like I would have been like, basta, you're out of this fucking place right now.
Crazy.
You see, like when you see things like that, that's next level.
I'm wondering though, right? I'm wondering, and just for conversational purposes, but like, I'm wondering that we say that now, which I believe you and I believe me too, because if I saw that, to me, I guess my career wouldn't mean that much to me because I'm a girl's girl before I'm a businesswoman. Like that's just, if I see that, cool. But I feel like that's the same thing what people say are like, if I was there at this time, I would do this. But then we wouldn't hear all these stories of time and time again of women getting taken advantage of in the industry and people seeing it and just looking the other way.
Right.
And I just wonder that, does being in front of the cameras, having your job on the line, having money on the line and all this stuff, does that get compromised when you're seeing stuff like that? Because I would imagine that those same people, if the cameras weren't rolling and there wasn't their job, would they have stepped in and et cetera? Not to make it right or wrong, but just as something to think about as far as like, you know, does the cameras being present have something to do with it? And is it deeper than just, you know, a morality thing at that point?
No, like I believe definitely before like Me Too, for sure. If a lot of cameramen decided to go ahead and just intervene, that could be an immediate blackball with a trade job. Or if someone did end up just saying like, you know what, I don't care if it's my job or not. I am definitely going to go ahead and go on in, and I'm going to stop this from happening. I want to kick this guy off, and we'll resume. That's what should have happened.
I agree.
Right? But I think a lot of people, especially like within that trade, everything is so interconnected. They were just kind of like, either my job or allowing this to happen.
And it used to be gatekept a lot more than
all
it
the
is
time.
now. Yeah.
All the time. And that's what's so hard about this is that a lot of people, like for me, I would just would have went, regardless what the time would have been. I would have went in immediately and I was like, this motherfucker got to go. That's it. See you later. Because they tried it again on like that other season with Homegirl. Remember? And the guy from Africa.
Yes.
And he was like all on her. And she's like,
And she told them that I'm not comfortable with this. He's touching certain parts of me while posing. It was for like a photo shoot.
I remember.
And he didn't care too. And they're just telling her, oh, you got to be cute with him. You got to be cute with him. And I'm like, yo.
She wasn't with it.
No.
She wasn't with it. And she's all like, let me think of what Tyra would say.
And then they got mad because she stopped the photo shoot
right.
just to say that. Like, they were so mad. I noticed they were all mostly men on set, on production.
Yeah.
Which I was like, that's probably why too. And contributes to the problem because like back then, men really did not give a fuck.
They did not.
They did not give a fuck.
They did not one bit.
No.
And that's like, you know how problematic that
is.
is?
Right.
Yeah, and like I said, I'm not trying to empathize with anything because at the end of the day, wrong is wrong, regardless of the time. Yeah. Regardless of the time. And that's why I said that excuse is so, it's such a pitiful excuse to me because it's like, whether it was back then or now, you see it repeat.
But what's even more shitty about that though, was is that she brought Shannon right on that. I hope I got her name right. She brought her right back onto the Tyra show.
Yes.
To talk about it, to relive that situation.
Yes.
And so that's on her, for her to allow that to happen.
That was her whole show.
Because she could have sat there, watched that show after that season, and just basically say, I am so sorry this like happened to you. I want to communicate with you. My lawyers are here to go help you. Let's get you a therapist. Let's see what we can do.
Right.
But then at that point, if she does that, that's from a business perspective, you're taking accountability, and then that can make you accountable to get sued or to get in trouble in some type of way.
And that's the hard part, right?
Right.
And so that's when she will have to go in there and put it in vague language, basically.
Right.
Like, I'm sorry, the behavior of the show.
Right.
Like, you know, you keep it like real clean in that direction. Just keep it moving.
Right.
And you'd be like, you know what I mean? You know, that kind of thing. But the other part is just like, it's just unfortunate that she brought her back on the show.
Right.
To pick that one back up again.
Right.
I wonder why she went back to the show and agreed to it though. You know, like
it's a good question. Coins.
Yeah.
Girl, she's working at Walgreens, child. Jesus.
Yeah.
She only probably making at that time $7.25 an hour or something back then.
Right.
You know, like that's like, you know, when that goes on, you're like, you know, let me see if I have a second chance for me to get on this, like do this, right?
Yeah.
Because she could have won that show.
She could have.
That's the gag, right?
Yes.
Because she was on the up and up, and she was tearing up.
She
Italy.
was.
And when that happened, and when they allowed all that happen, it was like immediate. It was like they just threw the monkey wrench in there.
Right. It was done. It was done after that.
Just waiting to see when they have a documentary, because what it is right, like Tyra exploited these people, right? She exploited their trauma. She exploited the things she knew about them. She exploited their dreams on being a model and having success. She dangled it right over their heads, and then majority of the people never really got what they went there for. And I'm just waiting to see though, because a lot of the times, you know, it wasn't just Tyra.
Right.
You got people like, and I'm about to bring it all the way the fuck around, Dr. Phil. Dr. Phil, who was not a doctor, you know, who been lost his license and he exploits people too from their traumas and their family problems, but you don't see. And then he has that ranch up in so-and-so where there's been assaults, there's been all types of stuff, but why don't we see a documentary on Dr. Phil?
Right.
But whose production company actually handled Dr. Phil?
That we don't know, and that's a good question.
I know.
Okay.
Y'all got how to do the research, though. I'm not saying that woman's name.
Was it Oprah? Was it Oprah? Because I know they was on the same, whatever
it's the side
it was.
eye for me.
Yeah, it was something like that. But
Well,
yeah.
I love her a lot.
Yeah.
I do.
No, I get
Right.
it. No, yeah.
Dr. Phil and Dr. Oz, like those shows. Were
Oh my
definitely-
goodness, yes.
They
I
were
remember
under that
Dr. Oz.
production company.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
So I got to look into that because I think it is interesting that we hear about Tyra. And this is the thing. This is not excusing her, but in her mind, she really thought, I'm putting these girls on.
Right.
She really thought that. Like, she's like, the plus size model, like people that don't look like, the typical skinny white model.
Well, that's when they were starting getting desperate.
Yeah.
Like,
isn't that how it always started? America's Next Top Model?
No, because America's Next Top Model was just like people that don't look
like the typical model.
The typical model. But then again, when you see any model, they don't look like any type of typical person anyway. Well, no, I'm just saying is that like it's literally a blank canvas. And so that's what's so great about models, because you'll be able to form them any way that you kind of like want them. Like, that's what the beauty of it is. And so, like, for her, she's like, well, let's just take it up a notch.
All types of shit in there.
She would just throw anything over there. And she's like, we just make it pretty. Because she did.
Yeah.
She literally did. She cut their hair off,
Some
put new
of the
teeth.
girls
Like,
after the makeover, though, they was eating.
They were. They were
Even
tearing
though
it
they
up.
were mad sad. I'm like, yo, y'all look so much better, though.
Right.
No shade.
That's so true. That is so true. But when she went to that Bosch-ass dentist
Yo, no,
to handle that.
That was bad.
Right.
That was
then
bad.
the following season, she let the other person have a gap in her tooth.
Yeah.
Girl,
That was fucked up. That was fucked up.
That was trashy headquarters, okay?
No,
That was
like,
definitely trashy.
Low-key,
so
there
trashy.
was a little bit of, there was a lot with that show. It was like racist undertones. It was like homophobic undertones. It was like fatphobic it was a lot.
Nasty.
Everything. It was everything for everybody. Everybody
So
can get
true.
it.
But that's what made it so popular.
Yeah.
Because
The blackface one.
Yeah,
That shit was wild.
That was really fucked up. And she only just did that once.
I wasn't there for that season.
Oh my God. She did it twice.
She did it twice. I know. That I was like, I did not watch those. I watched like the earlier season. That was it. But when I saw that shit in the documentary, I was like, what the fuck?
Right, exactly.
I was so mad.
And when Jay like saw that happen for the first, that's when he was all like, I'm uncomfortable.
He was very uncomfortable. He was just like, oh.
And that's the part. I was like, what in like 1950s Hollywood are we doing right now?
Right.
Because they did that all the time back then.
Yes.
1950s than before.
Yeah.
And I was just like, Ty, what the fuck is your problem, girl?
Yeah.
Do you really think that was her idea?
Fuck no.
Yeah,
Well,
that was her idea. I don't think so.
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Like
There's
that's
no way.
messy. That was like her thoughts.
After a while, it started to look like the challenges were not even coming from her or Miss J or the Jays anymore. Period.
They had a writer. I really believe that was coming from like
someone
up there
else,
in
a
UPN.
white man. It was giving. It was coming from a white man.
You remember also though, she was working with Les Moonves during that time, and we said where Les Moonves is right now. Because he got Me Too'd the fuck out of like CBS.
That
makes sense. Do you see what I'm saying?
That makes sense.
And he was not cool. And so there's like, oh God, that was nasty.
Yes, and then of course, the big blow up moment, right? That everyone remembers. I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you.
Oh, Miss Tiffany, yeah.
Yes, that was really bad.
It was terrible.
And I heard that a lot of stuff were cut out because Tyra had said, allegedly, that's what sources say, has said some fucked up shit about her mom and really went in on her.
So, okay. So this is what I'm kind of thinking on that situation. I knew it was bad, but I also think she was fed the fuck up.
Yes.
And the reason is that because Tiffany showed up the season before.
And then she came back again.
And she came back again. But during that time, though, that whole organization was helping her and refining her all the to the point that when she gets back on the show, she'll be like a hardcore runner to actually win. And she invested a lot of time and money into her. Allegedly. She put she allegedly invested a lot of time and effort into her. And so for her to go through something, let me just move it over there let's just say this. On Tiffany's side, for her to experience a moment where she know that she can't read, which the producers probably already know that she couldn't read.
Of course they did.
Of course. Right?
Yeah.
So they exploited her trauma that she knows she's a lower level reader and she couldn't get through it. Right. And so, but knocking from Tyra's side, she's like, I invest all this money in you.
Right.
But you won't give me what I want right now. You won't sit there and just try to read this right here. I know that you suck at reading. Right. But I need you to do this for the sake of this show to keep
content.
It going on.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's still coming back to money.
But that's what I was just going to say. I was like, do you see, I feel like there's this, there's something about Tyra that just, it's so disconnected from the real world. Like she's not human. And the only humanly times that you see her is when you're affecting her money. Because when like that, I felt like either she's an amazing actress, or she's just really something really got to her. And then when you put it into perspective of like, oh, we invested all this time and money, I'm like, well, that makes sense. That goes back to my argument of like, she's so disconnected being in the industry that long that it's like, look at you. The only thing that does get you to that point is money. And it's
well, we have to think about
sad.
Okay, so putting aside from what Tyra, let's just say us individuals, right? Like we had someone, all three of us see like particular someone, whoever that you want to invest in. Because you're like, I see a lot of hope in this person. I think that they're going to go real far. Right. I want them to do really well. And you're like, from the things I've learned, I want to make sure that they'll be able to take this resource down. If we invested a lot of money in those people or introduced them to a lot of people and do a lot of connections, and if we're at the end, the moment where you really need that person, right? I need that person. And they shit all over it. Yeah. What is our own personal inner reactions when that actually happened right? Would I get mad? For me, I'd be like, this shit is done. Okay, you gotta go. I'll be like, I had to get to the next part real quick. But we had to sit there and think about that though too, just like to break that down personally. How would we do? For her, she was like the wig and weave, everything fell off. Like it was just like, but she was done because she was just like, she turned inhuman at that moment.
She did.
Yeah, but homegirl Tiffany was like, I'm about to be embarrassed on this camera and I don't want to sit here and do that.
Yeah. So what a lot of people are saying about that whole situation, that whole blow up that happened between Tiffany and Tyra is that most people are saying that Tyra came from a caring side of seeing herself within her, especially as, a Black woman. She's dark skinned too. You don't see many Black models. She was giving Naomi Campbell vibes. Like, she was really killing it her season, and then she came back. So it was like, you really had a real opportunity. I really fuck with you. I invested money into you, and I see myself in you. Right. And there's not a lot of representation of us, period. And you go and play in my face because you can't read a teleprompter. These other white bitches can't read the teleprompter either, but you don't see them doing anything or acting like that. Why don't you just read it? Even if you fuck up, read it, improvise, get cute with it. And I think that's where Tyra was coming from. And that's what a lot of people say too, because that's what she said. That is what she said. And that's where her frustrations came from. Because it was deep. Like, it felt more than just money. Like, it really felt like it was emotional. Like, there was some emotional shit in there.
I agree. Like, 100%. Like, I dealt with people like that. Where I sit there and be like, I invested all this time. I really want to have all this hope in you.
Want to help you,
and
right?
You just fucked up and just blew it, shot it all over the fucking place right here. I can see it. Like 100. Yeah. Because I know that she dealt with so many doors like just slammed in front of her face before she finally got to the big one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because like Tyra, her day, That was nasty.
Mm-hmm.
She
Oh,
was
yeah.
No,
fabulous.
she
The
was.
walk,
She was.
everything was just
She
gorgeous.
Uh-huh.
But even in that moment, she was being overshadowed by who?
Yeah, you know who.
I know, exactly.
And that's the part that kills me too, because it's like she looked great. She looked gorge. She was killing it. She was killing it.
She was killing it.
I don't understand.
Which, if you want to be real petty, just go back to like the Tyra show when she and her like had the interview.
I can't. Yo, your laugh. I love your laugh.
Oh my God.
So with that scene, I definitely felt a lot of emotion. You have anything you want to say about that?
No, but
Okay.
I do want to ask a question. Do you think that the America's Next Top Model kind of pushed a lot of negative stereotypes, or like even I would say eating disorders? What would you say? There's a lot of people that said that show condoned a lot of like I guess that eating disorders and pushed a lot of negative stereotypes, etc.
I believe that.
But even the commercials too back then. I feel like the commercials push that.
The whole industry.
The whole industry. Fashion, the magazines, the
Right.
cover, like all of it.
Right.
Yeah.
They all pushed the TV shows. Like they all pushed it back then.
Right.
That was like the thing. So I can't even just say, is it just America's Next Top Model, or was it just the time back then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
the industry. Period.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like the whole industry. But even that's happening right now, though.
Mm-hmm.
You
Like,
think
no
so?
matter what. Oh, absolutely.
Even with like more representation, because I feel like there's been a lot more of like, you know, bigger people being represented, like bigger people and people of color also, like just seeing the different types of bodies.
No, yes. So like in the model world, absolutely.
Yeah.
But I think like overall in a more of an entertainment world, there still is not that much of like a, you know, an inclusionary spot.
Right,
There
right.
really isn't, because
Right.
like these companies are still gatekeeping.
Yeah.
You know, like even in social media, you know, like way how algorithms are like hitting people in buckets, all these other things as well, and seeing like, oh, this person, say like someone like here's like 2 TikTok stars, black TikTok star that was really good at doing hip hop, and all of a sudden the white TikTok star stole this person's hip hop thing and became astronomically famous and stuff like that, versus the black one was still underground,
Right.
you know. So those things like happen. It's continuing to happen. It's happening underground a lot more. I think we guys see it right now, though. Too.
Right. Right.
But over there, like Tyra definitely opened up that door.
But that's what I'm saying. So like a lot of these arguments that they say about the show can be still said about other present shows and industry today. So I just feel like, you know, yes, when you want to look at the microscope and you want to look specifically at America's Next Top Model, did it have absolutely had its issues, right?
Right.
And the reason why it got so popular and big was because of those same issues that people are now looking at it as like, wow, it's fucked up. But that's what made it as big as it is, right?
Right. And they were out and loud with it, though.
Yeah.
Now it's much more ahead and they don't want to talk about it like that. But they're still thinking the same.
They're
like you're
embarrassed.
still dealing with like the 55 to 60-year-old executives that are still out there doing the exact same thing.
And that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. It's like, you know, so it almost feels like Tyra can be seen as the fall guy for America's Next Top Model.
Yeah.
Specifically. But it's a deeper issue. And I feel
is.
like it's so easy to see surface level Tyra, because she is an issue. She is a problem herself. I agree. But I think it's deeper, because those same things that we continue to say and pick on, those problems still exist in industry to this day.
Oh yeah.
And I feel like that's where I feel like the unfairness part of it comes from. You know
Oh
what
yeah.
I mean?
Yeah,
I
no, I
agree.
get it. And like also I think of it in another part though too. Like for someone like her, like as a black woman, so to a person of color, and for that stuff happen on her show, it's even more weight. Basically, there's like other shows that are like, oh, it's not a problem. Like Simple Life, like for instance, the Simple Life was very, very controversial during that time.
I'm sure there's a lot of
the
them.
exploitations and all that stuff, right? Rock of Love, all
Yes,
that shit. All that
that's
stuff
what I'm
was,
saying.
yeah, it was very, right. It's very like on point
Yes.
on how a lot of those girls were being exploited on those shows.
But we don't hear anything about that.
No, they sure don't. They don't like talking about that stuff. Right.
And I don't know.
Ugh.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, I hate to really bring this into it, but it seems like there is again, a race factor to this, because why is Tyra the fall guy? What about all these other people?
Because they think she's expendable.
And that's the thing. But even it seemed like too that there was a part that happened in the documentary where UPN network, right? They got a different CEO, right?
Right.
And they basically called Tyra and told her this is what was said, that she had to cut the J's, right? She had to cut them all.
Right.
And I'm just wondering, like, at that time, do we see something where Tyra is low-key being controlled? Because like you said, she's expendable, right? And we just don't see those things.
Exactly.
So we see her calling the shots, but who's giving her the shots to call?
We know.
Right.
Like Viacom definitely give her the shots to go ahead and do it.
Right.
But like also because they're like, in order for us to purchase a new season, this is what you have to do.
Right.
There's always someone that you're gonna like basically have to
Bow
answer
down
for.
to.
But ratings dropped after they got
That's what
fired.
it showed. Yeah, right. There's like everything was like falling apart.
Everything was falling apart.
If America's Next Top Model happened now and it's still the same things happen, then like basically I really could see Tyra now would be like, we're no longer gonna be on this show, like on this network. We're gonna take it to Netflix. Or we're gonna put it on Tubi. We're gonna do something like a little bit different.
Yes.
Oh God, not Tubi. But like, yeah, it should be like, oh no, we're going to Tubi. You know, we're gonna do something else. We'll do a YouTube series.
Right.
And people will be able to follow that. That'll be like exciting.
Yes.
Like back then, they're like, if it's Viacom, if I take out for Viacom.
Yeah,
Who else can I go?
Much. Yeah.
Right,
It wasn't
exactly.
social
Warner
media.
Brothers?
Like,
Yeah.
YouTube back then was not what it is now.
Definitely
right?
not what it is now.
So this is why I think there may be another season. I don't know.
It might be.
It might be.
That's what I thought. That's what
I thought. Is this PR for the next season? Like, what?
You know what? She will be ridiculous if she doesn't.
That's what I'm saying. At this
a
point,
missed opportunity.
Yeah.
Right. Well, she probably do like a global all-stars or something like that. Because I can see her do that.
I did see that there was one contestant, I forgot her name. She went on an interview and she did say that she has her own theory on why this documentary came out or why Tyra specifically spoke on it. And it was because on March 11th, which is in a few days, there's another documentary that will be coming out, and it's basically exposing controversial reality TV shows such as Dr. Phil, America's Next Top Model, and all these things. And there's going to be people talking on it. And rumor has it that Tyra just wanted to get ahead of the PR.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised either. Yeah, that sounds just about right.
Yeah, she's trying to do like a face, like,
trying to save
clean
face.
it up before.
Yeah.
Well, we see that on a lot of TV shows. Like, a lot of people do that shit.
Right.
So that might be a possibility. I'm not sure, but we'll find out March 11th if we see that documentary.
I want to watch that documentary because you know it's going to be good.
Right, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Spill the tea.
That's crazy. I think it's so wild that we're having this conversation and you used to be in the fashion world too.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I
man.
know. I still am in some points. Yeah.
What have you witnessed any like crazy things that the show like exposed when you were working in fashion or no?
I was from the designer side.
Okay.
And so like designer in the business side. So everything that I saw was like how I have to like handle things as a business. On the model side, it's a completely different. Like,
Totally different ballgame, I'm
totally
sure.
different ballgame.
That's crazy.
Because like for me with models, it was just contacting the agency.
Right.
The model comes in, I'm like,
yeah.
they do their thing, they just keep walking.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the models just went through it.
They just went
Jesus.
through it.
I think even
Crazy.
now they
They're
gotta be
dirty.
fucking
Yeah.
crazy.
Oh, you know they're still crazy.
Still crazy.
They're still crazy. Yeah, that's just like it.
Right.
Yeah.
Not the times, you know.
Right.
Yeah, and that's the funny part when people say that shit.
Yeah.
It's like when they'll sit there and say, "Oh, that was the time of day." the thing is that was the time of day to not get caught.
Right.
Exactly.
Period.
Versus what it is now.
Right.
Today it's
Now you
easy
can
to
get
get
caught.
caught.
Yeah.
Girl, you get caught in a minute. You
Get
want to just like,
canceled.
hey, you be canceled, or you just say, hey, I did it.
Own
and,
it, right?
Right.
Just
And
own
just keep
it.
And that's it. I think a lot of people actually prefer you just saying like, I own it.
Right.
I fucking did it.
Right.
This is it.
Exactly.
Sorry. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean, I guess I have two final questions. One, can we really blame Tyra?
That's a really good question.
Yes and no.
It's you looking at the camera for me.
Sorry.
I feel like I'm in the middle because it's like, yes, because it was her show, but then it's like, for the most part, it didn't seem like she was always calling the shots. It seemed like she was being controlled.
Oh, yeah.
And I feel like in some sort of way, Tyra can also be a victim too. Who knows what the hell she went through? 16, being in the industry, like, you know what? Underage, like, that's crazy.
Right.
You know, especially they didn't give a fuck back then.
Right. And she was, and also like her mom was there a lot with her, like during that period of time. So, you know, they definitely knew. I believe that Tyra had extreme amount of trauma while she was in the industry.
100%. 100%.
And so, but also, although you had an extreme amount of trauma, does not give you the excuse to put extreme amount of trauma
onto other people.
And that's what I was going to say. Can I blame her? Absolutely. Because at the end of the day, how you carry yourself and what you do in the situations that you're in says a lot about you as a person and your character. So I feel like, yes, she had a lot of trauma, but either you could have been the person to break it and make it better, especially having the platform and the power that you had, but instead you chose to repeat a lot of the traumas that you probably went through as a person and as a model. And then the other reasons why I say no, we can blame her is because even now, you know, there was so much time between the season 1 to when the show ended. Was it 2019 it ended or something like that?
2019, because that's when Rita Ora showed up.
Exactly. 2019 to Twitter in 2026, 7 years you had, even from the show ending to now, to if you're going to be the bad guy, own that shit.
Right.
Own that shit. Be that bad guy. But you play stupid, you don't take accountability, and then you're like, oh, I didn't know. And I feel like, especially in the time we're in now, since we're going to talk about the times that we're in, people respect authenticity, whether you are a bad guy or a good guy. People respect the fact that you can just be that instead of being fake. And I feel like it shows, like even now, like she had the opportunity to own that in a way, even in a PR way. She could have, you know, taken some type of accountability, but yet she still chose to not. And I feel like that says a lot about her.
Yeah, everything happens within public opinion, too.
Okay, so my last question, did she empower these women or did she destroy them? Ooh.
Oh, no, she destroyed the fuck out. She did. She tore them up.
She did.
Empowerment comes to what the opportunity is going to be for them as well. She gave them zero opportunity after. Except for Whitney Harlow, you know, she did her thing. She was real smart.
Right.
And also Whitney. But those are two. Eva, yeah.
Not really in the model.
But the thing is that her production in general had a capability of possible emotional torture amongst these
and
girls.
Distress.
In distress, right? It's not the way to do it. That's the way to answer that. Allegedly. That is a possibility that can happen.
Yeah. Well, I agree. I think we're all on the same page. I don't think she empowered.
Yeah.
I don't think she empowered.
She exploited them.
Yeah,
and she empowered herself.
Yes.
Everything was through self-gain. And,
yes.
But also, what did she gain at the end of this?
I'm sure she made a bag.
100%.
Well, she made a good bag.
Yeah.
But
I'm sure she made a bag.
But like in terms of her brand, though.
Oh yeah.
Like
that's true. Her brand is done.
She was on the biggest thing she did since that show was bullying. But the other one is also her being on Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah,
But
like
we
I
see
didn't
how
see
that
much
went
of her.
down.
Yeah.
After that, like I just saw like she decided to, transition from modeling to being a businesswoman. So
And she went to Australia.
That's it.
Yeah, not even
Smize.
She was, I know, right?
Smize.
Her little ice cream situation.
And that's such a fucking, I don't know.
Yeah,
Whatever.
I know,
To each their own.
I don't know. I'm
For
just kind of
real.
like, I'm still trying to figure out Model Land.
Yeah, right.
Right. I
Which
don't
I
know
think
what's
is-
going on with her.
I had to take a look at the phone. I think it's totally gone.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I feel like after that she's done. All I know is Smize.
Yeah.
But this basically concludes our conversation about this.
Yes.
I feel like we covered all the bases of what we could cover, and that's that. So yes, I mean, for you guys watching, definitely comment your thoughts below. Did you watch the documentary? What do you guys think? What do you guys think about what we said? All that.
Yeah,
jazz.
I am curious because obviously we have a predominantly Zeus network of audience.
They
So
watched it.
I'm
They watched the
curious to
documentary.
know what you guys think. Do you think that there's a lot of similarities between like baddies and America's Next Top Model, and I really do see a lot of the similarities and the critics, like you know what I mean, the criticism behind both. So does the problem still remain? Like, is it an industry problem or is it just a show problem? I mean, I'm curious to know what you guys think.
Yeah. Do you watch baddies?
What? Oh, sorry.
Stop. That's actually really funny. That's the clip. That's the clip right there. I did not expect that reaction. Okay, so no.
Absolutely not. I just had to like.
Oh, right.
Dano. Like, that show.
Say it.
The only thing I heard about that show was that the girls were like, over at the W Hotel in LA and they trashed that place out like nobody's business.
A
It was
hotel?
it was like a couple of weeks ago. A few weeks ago.
Makes
Like,
sense.
It's not at the hotel or was it at the Los Angeles Convention Center? Something didn't work out. Let's just say that.
Wow.
But that's the thing. That's when I heard about baddies.
I didn't even
I
know.
was like, when I first heard, I was like, you mean Bad Girls Club is coming back? Like, I was like, girl, I can't wait to see that show.
Yeah.
Then I heard Bad. I'm like, I
Yeah.
don't know what that's about.
Yeah.
So that's Zeus.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
Yes.
Zeus.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
you
Natalie
get that on
Nunn-
the app.
Yes. Natalie. Natalie, that was on BGC. Like she produces that show, Baddies, now. So it's like,
Oh, makes
I
sense.
know, right,
Okay.
exactly. So that was so funny because only reason why I asked you is because I was gonna ask you, do you see any similarities between that and America's Next Top Model, the same way she mentioned? But if you don't watch it.
So
then
what is it, like Video Hoe Vixens or something? Like what? Like, well, I'm just trying to find out. Like,
Video vixens, I'm crying.
I love me some Video Vixens.
Easy for the team.
I know.
Yes. So
But tell
basically,
me.
Baddies is essentially a reality TV show where young women, majority of them are sometimes rappers, Instagram models,
Okay.
like, influencers. And they go on the show
Mhm.
and it's like a 7 to 12 women on there. And of course, everybody has beef and they fight and they also do different bookings and things like that. That's essentially it.
It's like think of a fast-paced TikTok version of girls fighting, pretty girls fighting, and then having very surface level conversations, but it's a lot of drama and it's very fast-paced. So you know how you're addicted to like the scrolling and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's the same stimulation you get from the show.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a lot of bad bitches fighting and surface level. So it's really nothing in depth, but it's just so fast paced and so much drama that you
just
kind of
can't look
become
away.
addicted to it. It's kind of like that.
It's like
So Broke
there's
Love and
beef.
Hip Hop.
Yeah. Well, no, they got money. But
Oh,
it's
they have
like,
production?
yeah,
yeah. They got production.
They have production.
They definitely do.
Okay.
That I will say.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like Love and Hip Hop, but it's baddies, younger women.
Just not as poised, you know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
more ratchet.
Just
That's
like-
poised. You think Love and Hip Hop was poised?
Oh, when you
No,
watch
it's
this,
not. It's not poised. It's you know what it is. Love and Hip Hop. They did cut out certain things though.
Yeah.
This they leave everything in.
Oh no.
So that's the thing.
Yeah.
Because at VH1, like they cut out certain things, but this no, they leave everything.
Okay,
in.
I gotta contact the girls and say we gotta watch this.
Yeah. Try an episode.
I might be able to hang on for like 10 minutes.
No,
You
I think
might.
you might be getting. I think you'll get hooked. I think
Okay.
so. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
if you like
We'll
America's
check it out
Next
the
Top
next
Model,
part
you
two.
might like
Yes,
baddies. Because I'm
yes.
telling you, like a lot. That's what I'm saying. Like I'm coming from a place where I've never seen America's Next Top Model, but
Right.
I watched.
But you
baddies.
watched Bad Girls Club, right?
I did watch Bad Girls
Okay,
Club
yeah, that was it.
Right.
and it was great. And I feel like Bad Girls Club was its own thing because
Yes,
it's like
yes.
it had its own great production. I just really liked Bad Girls Club, but I don't know. I just feel like I said, I see so much similarities, and I just don't get it. Like the
Mhm.
same people that are criticizing Tyra, but y'all not criticizing Natalie Nunn. You know what I mean? Like it's just and
They are criticizing her. They are, but
there are some people that pick and choose, and that's what I'm
Mhm.
saying. Like it's it's I don't know. I don't think it's a time thing. I think it still exists.
It's still happening.
it does.
Yeah.
Underground, like
But
you
now
said.
it's on the app.
Yeah,
Right, now it's on Zeus Network.
That's the part. That's the part. Once you find it on the app and you
Yeah.
stream it on the television,
Exactly.
then you'll see it. But
That
yeah,
is
I guess.
so funny.
it's just not national.
All right. Well.
Right.
All right. So, Nicholas, tell the people where they can find you. Where can they find you?
Oh my God. So this is it. But you can find me at Culturally Incompetent. Okay, this is how you spell it. CULTURALLYINCOMPETENT. Be able to find it right on there on Instagram. I don't do the talking for another hour. But also find the show on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Okay. Amazing. Is that it? That's all
That's
people.
it.
That's it.
Yeah,
All right,
just go
cool.
on there.
All right.
Rate, follow the
Period.
show.
Yeah, guys, go check it out.
Yeah.
It's very educational. It
Definitely.
is. You'll enjoy the moments.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm
Definitely
not
check that out.
petty headquarters though.
No, but I like your.
I know.
You're a totally different vibe. I did listen to some the ones on YouTube. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, mister.
I know. It's a little bit more Diary CEO more than petty headquarters. But the thing is that it's going to be even more fun shortly. So
Ooh,
Yes.
Yeah.
Stay tuned. New
it's
content.
more fun. Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
So definitely check that out, guys,
Yeah.
and check out his podcast and tune in.
Mhm.
But with that being said, where can they find you?
You guys can find me on Instagram. That's JESSI.strange. And where can they find you, Tiana?
You guys can find me on Instagram at it's.TianaLock. You guys can find us on Instagram at
The Petty Headquarters.
You can find us on YouTube and all podcast platforms, as well as Patreon at
The Petty Headquarters.
Release episodes weekly, y'all. And with that being said, this was your weekly dose of mess. Say it with us, Nicholas.
Yeah. Say
This
it.
is the okay. Let's go.
All right,
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
This
was
is
your
our
weekly.
weekly. Okay, hold on. This is our weekly dose of mess.
This was your weekly dose of mess.
Okay, here we go. Let's
Okay,
do it.
ready? 1, 2, 3.
Wait.
This was your weekly dose of mess.
We got it. We made it happen. There we go. We're,
That's a wrap.
yeah, we'll make it up. Yeah, see you later.